The Ajax team of 1971 to 1973. Ajax under Rinus Michels and then Stefan Kovacs introduced total football to the world at the highest level. Players rotated positions constantly, pressing high and recovering shape in seconds, creating confusion that most defenses had no framework to handle. Johan Cruyff was the face of it all, graceful, sharp, and always a step ahead. But the system worked because every player understood it completely. 3 straight European Cups confirmed what people watching could already sense. This was not just a good team. It was a new way of thinking about the game. The AC Milan team of 1988 to 1990. Under Arrigo Sacchi, this Milan side did not rely on individual brilliance. They operated as a machine. The defensive line was so coordinated that forwards would find themselves offside before they even realized it. Gullit, Van Basten, and Rijkaard gave them attacking firepower that matched the defensive discipline, and the result was a team that won back-to-back European Cups. The Manchester United treble-winning side of 1999. What made this United team feared was not dominance over 90 minutes, but what they could do in the final 10. Ferguson built a squad with extraordinary depth and hunger, anchored by Keane's intensity in midfield and supplied by Beckham's precision from wide areas. But the 1999 Champions League final against Bayern Munich became the defining moment, 2 goals in injury time to win the trophy after appearing beaten. That kind of resilience does not come from tactics alone. It comes from a belief that runs through an entire club, and opponents felt it before kickoff. The Barcelona team of 2008 to 2012. Pep Guardiola took a squad built around La Masia graduates and turned it into perhaps the most tactically suffocating team ever assembled. The pressing was relentless and the possession game was so precise that opponents often spent entire halves chasing shadows. Xavi and Iniesta controlled tempo in a way that made the game feel unfair, and Messi, operating in a false 9 role that most defenses had never prepared for, was scoring and creating at numbers that stretched credibility. 2 Champions League titles, 3 La Liga titles, and a style of play that clubs across the world are still trying to replicate. Real Madrid 2016 to 2018. This Madrid side did something that no club had managed in the modern history of European football. They won the Champions League 3 consecutive times. Zinedine Zidane, calm and precise in everything he did, built a squad that balanced defensive solidity with the kind of attacking talent that could end a match in a single moment. Cristiano Ronaldo was at the peak of his powers, scoring in finals with a consistency that seemed almost calculated, and around him were players like Modric, Kroos, and Benzema, who gave the team a technical quality that never dropped regardless of the occasion. Liverpool 2019. Jurgen Klopp spent years building towards something at Anfield, and when it arrived, it was relentless. The high press was not new, but no team had executed it at that intensity for that long across an entire season. Alisson in goal gave the structure a foundation. Van Dijk transformed the defense, and the front 3 of Salah, Firmino, and Mane pressed and combined with an energy that wore opponents down before the ball was even lost. They won the Champions League in 2019 and the Premier League the following season with a record points tally. What made them feared was the feeling that there was no safe moment against them, not at the back, not in midfield, and certainly not in attack. The Bayern Munich team of 2019 to 2020. In the season interrupted and then restarted by the pandemic, this Bayern side produced one of the most complete tournament runs in Champions League history. Hansi Flick took over mid-season with the team underperforming and transformed them almost immediately, installing a press so intense and a transition game so sharp that opponents rarely had time to settle. They went through the entire Champions League knockout stage without losing a single game, and the margins were not close. Robert Lewandowski was the central figure, finishing the season with numbers that belonged to a different era of the sport. But the structure around him was what made those numbers possible. They did not just beat teams, they overwhelmed them in bursts that left little time to recover or reorganize.